Hello everybody, good afternoon and welcome to That's Football. It's FA Cup weekend and it's the last game of the FA Cup and it's probably the best game of the FA Cup weekend. Welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and it's Bournemouth against Manchester City. Can they do what I think everybody wants to happen? Can they knock out Manchester City and open up this FA Cup race? We've already had the draw come through and the winner of this game will play Nottingham Forest. Obviously, Preston lost to Villa. We knew that was going to happen. They will play Crystal Palace at Wembley. So we know the order of semi-finals. Can Bournemouth do it? They have got a couple of problems. I didn't realise. No Kirkes and no Hulson. I think Hulson might be suspended, but Kirkes definitely is suspended for that yellow card he got against Wolves and Cunha, which made no sense to me at all that he misses out on this game because of that. But officiating being crap is not a surprise, is it? But come on, Bournemouth, yes, definitely. I mean, I'm not Man City's biggest fan, but even if we've got some Man City fans in the chat, why would I want you to win? You've won it all before. It would be great. I think it would be amazing to have the final four for the FA Cup as Villa, Bournemouth, Palace and Forest, because one of those teams winning the FA Cup, none of those teams have won the FA Cup in my life. Yeah. So 45 years. I've never seen Forest, Villa, Palace or Bournemouth win the FA Cup. So that's it. We'll end the stream on that. Absolutely brilliant. What a statement that is. Yeah, it would be great to see them, one of those, win it. But I've seen bloody Man City win it. I'll tell you that for free. Bloody will. Come on the cherries, says Red Devils. Let's not say let's pop some cherries because that means something completely different. But yeah, the set's doing well, Paul B. Thank you very much. Oh, that reminds me. True Classic. The weather has changed and I actually always have a True Classic t-shirt on underneath. But today, because it's a bit cooler and I've just been down for a meal for Mother's Day, I actually was wearing my True Classic t-shirt combo with my shirt. Always a brilliant underlayer for a man, I think, is a t-shirt underneath a shirt or a jumper or just under a shirt like this. Or as the weather gets better, just a t-shirt. So we've got something really cool to share with you. True Classic are sponsoring the show. You know, those t-shirts that feel a little bit baggy or are just a bit too tight. Well, True Classic has nailed the perfect middle ground. Their t-shirts fit just right, snug across the shoulders and chest with that bit of room around the waist, and they've made it easy to feel comfortable without looking sloppy. But it's not just t-shirts. They've got polos, jeans, hoodies, sweatshirts, activewear, joggers and shorts, all moisture wicking and quick drying, perfect for fitness or just lounging about in. And they've also got accessories like underwear, socks, hats. You can kit out your entire wardrobe. So check out our exclusive link at trueclassic.com/classicbridge to save while you're at it. That's trueclassic.com/classicbridge. Trust me, these are the type of clothes you'll reach for again and again, especially the t-shirts. You know, they're a brilliant staple of any man or woman. Let's be honest. Not just men wear t-shirts, women do too. So check it out. No fuss, just solid comfort and style across the board. Links in the description or scan that QR code in front of me on my left there. Brilliant t-shirts, lovely. Thank you very much to True Classic. And I'm wearing a True Classic, the white t-shirt with a black overshirt today. What's the lineups, says Red Devils. Well, thank you very much to True Classic. We'll move that over so we can actually go through some of the lineups. And as I said, little bit disappointed for Bournemouth. It's a good team they've put out. It's still got Kluivert, Semenyo, etc. But there is no Kirkes and there is no Hulson. I believe they are both suspended. Certainly Kirkes is. So it's Kepa, Cook, Sabiani, Senesi, Soler, Christie Adams, Brooks, Kluivert, Semenyo and Evan Nilsson. And then Man City have gone with Edison, Nunez, Kushinov, Diaz, Vardiel, Kovacic, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, Foden, Haaland. That's their team there for that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, right, we're live. I would love to see Bournemouth win. Yeah, certainly I would. I think it would not surprise me if Man City were to sort their season out. by winning this game, but I think it would be great for the tournament if Bournemouth could win. Dano says, I think Bournemouth are going to win. Do a dance. I'm not doing any dancing. No, I'm not doing any dancing. I was out last night. My stomach's a bit funny. I'm definitely not doing any dancing. Rashford scored 2 goals. Villa love him. In fact, well done to Villa. Please sign him up. I'm very happy for you. It's going exactly the way I wanted it. Please sign him up. Really, really happy. Love the fact that people are saying Rashford's on fire and cooking because he scored a couple of goals against Preston. Can't remember what league Preston are in, but love it. Hopefully he'll score again on Wednesday against Brighton. We're doing a watch-along for that. Hopefully he'll score against PSG as well. As long as he keeps scoring and that value keeps going up and we can go, that's all I want. Yeah. Brilliant. I'd rather he was doing that than not scoring. We need the money at United and we need to move on. So what we were hoping for about 35, I'm now saying 45. So, just keep pushing it up. Love it. What about Man City today, Mark? Look, you look at that Man City side, Haaland, Foden, De Bruyne, Silva, Kovacic, Gundogan. They are very, very good players. They've just not had a very good season. I think if I was Bournemouth, I wouldn't sit back. I wouldn't show them any respect. I'd go on the front foot. I'd be aggressive. I'd be energetic. And I would try and get at them. I think if you sit back and let them have the ball and show them respect, that's when the problems start. In fact, I remember watching Bournemouth against City. I don't know whether it was a draw at Bournemouth or it was a win. But the last 10 minutes, Bournemouth sat off and Man City were peppering their goal. They didn't manage to score. But this is the thing. I think if you sit back, then they can cause problems. The wall's falling again. Watch out, says James. That wall's not coming down. It's not coming down. 2-1 win for Bournemouth, says Linda. Hope you're doing well. And Mike says, I'm so pumped for this match and the watch-along. Just hope it's not like yesterday's match. You're the GOAT. Yeah, I make no apologies for yesterday. I walked out. And look, can I just tell you what happened? I turned off Brighton against Forest watch-along on 90 minutes. I got ready. I walked into town. I had a pint. And then I went for a curry. And then I went for a few more drinks afterwards. When I was having my first pint, it still hadn't gone to penalties. So I made the right choice. 100%. I don't do that very often, but I definitely made the right choice. Absolute shithouse of a game. Absolute rubbish game. I rescued my evening, and I would have lost it if I'd stayed watching that game. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch extra time. If you did, well done. Your bravery medal is en route. But, I mean, I imagine the penalties were quite exciting. I didn't watch them either. But the 90 minutes, or actually it was about 100 minutes with stoppage time, wasn't it? Was absolutely dreadful. And hopefully this will be better. Jims, thank you very much for your super chat, by the way. You can do that through the dollar sign. We'll read those all out. I know Forest won on penalties, Greg. I know the results. But I have no regrets leaving that game behind. How was the curry, Mark, on a scale of 1 to 10? That was from Nath Footy. Always a good curry there. It's on Knowle High Street. Always a good curry there. And I would say, yeah, standard 8 out of 10. Very good. Very happy with it. Yeah. Couldn't finish it. Ate too much, but yeah, very good. Chunky says, I'm guessing this is the new camera. Bookshelf isn't as clear and reckon it's for when you stand, sit, doing watch-alongs. No, it's the same camera. I don't think it's adjusted. It might just be the lighting and the set making it a little bit more crisper or something. I don't know. Can't wait for the Baller League tomorrow, says Sam. Yeah, I'm back tomorrow in London for the Baller League. And we will be streaming live from sort of, I think, 5 o'clock, 5:30 is the first game. So get yourself over here all the way through till about 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Some good games. John Terry's team lost last week. They're up against Ginger's team, who won. That'll be a good game. Yeah, there's some good games. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. Now I've got to grips with everything and I know some of the players and stuff. Hopefully we'll get some good guests on again. Hopefully Lineker or Shearer or Mika will turn up for their team this week. And yeah, it'd be good. And yeah, I'd love to be managing one, but I'm not. So I will just be there to commentate and enjoy it tomorrow. So looking forward to it. But I'm always ready. If they haven't got a manager, I will step in with some Goldbridge ball, yes. DK says, no Kirkes. No, he's suspended, mate, which is a shame. I think that worries me a little bit about Bournemouth. Can they afford to not have two of their better players playing against Man City? We will see. We will see. Daniel says, can Bournemouth win? I hope so. Is Hulson injured, says Greg? I don't know what the issue is with Hulson. I'm sure somebody in the chat does. Is he injured? Is he suspended? I think he might be suspended. I think that might be the issue there, but I don't know. SJ says, is Twitter down? I don't know. The FA Cup draw has come out. Crystal Palace will play Aston Villa, and Nottingham Forest will play the winner of this game. So there we go. Ellie says both are suspended, unfortunately. There you go. So they'll be back in midweek for Bournemouth in the Premier League as the players come out onto the pitch. Yeah, so both of them are suspended. The FA Cup semi-final draw has been done. Both will be played at Wembley, of course. Also want to just say, just in relation to a little bit of football news, because we do cover that on That's Football, Andrea Berta has joined Arsenal as their new sporting director. I would applaud this. I think he's very, very good. I would have loved him at Manchester United. Yep, and also I think he will do a good job. I think it's a good appointment for Arsenal again. I know Edu was well liked, but Berta would be one of the top 5 sort of sporting directors you would mention if you were looking to bring in one of the best in Europe, and he is very, very, very good. I would have loved to have him at Man United. Obviously, we had Dan Ashworth, we sacked him, and then decided we don't actually need one again. So we were going down the road of having a sporting director, and we've decided we don't need one again now, and we're just promoting from within. But I think it's a good one for Arsenal, and as Linda says, it's going to be very interesting to see what they do around a striker now. Because, yeah, he's an interesting one. Where would Man United finish under you, Mark? Says Danny. Yeah, probably be in the Championship, mate. I mean, Amorim's a very, very, very good coach, and look at where we are. So I think United need a lot of work beyond the manager. Have you watched any Severance, Mark? Says Jonathan. No, I haven't got any intention to at the moment either. I've got loads to catch up on. I have enjoyed The City is Ours on BBC, and when is this Mobland coming out? Because this is meant to be very good. It's a Guy Ritchie thing, but it's got Tom Hardy in it, and I don't know when it's out. It might be out today. Might be out today, actually. But I'm looking forward to watching that. It's out today, thank you. It's getting released today. Anyway, yeah, so well done on that. In some bad news, I mean, I don't know why this is news, but it might upset some of you. If it does, get yourself down the doctors tomorrow. TNT are apparently worried that Rio Ferdinand hasn't signed a new contract yet to be one of their commentators, leading them to suspect he might have another deal in place. I mean, TNT, I know you might be worrying now. I genuinely think it's going to be all right. That money, you could get very good. I mean, trust me, I don't think losing Rio Ferdinand as a pundit is a bad thing. I really, really don't. And if he's going to Sky, well, makes sense. But it makes sense why he's been doing co-commentary with Ali McCoist now, though. TNT are basically clearly bending over and saying, Rio, you can do what you like to stay. But it's big news today, apparently. Personally, I couldn't give a toss. I don't listen to it anyway, but get that contract out. Do you rate Chernobyl series and Brad Pitt's Fury? I do, Dunny. Very, very interesting contrasts there, but I do like both of those. Toro says, I'm scouting Semenyo today because he's linked to United. Yeah, I mean, keep an eye on him. He has been linked to United. You're right. Thanks for your super chat, Dunny. Right, let's go. We're ready to start here. I'm going to stand up in a minute. You got to pump it up. She looks miserable. You're at the football, love. Absolutely miserable. They only get 11,000 at Bournemouth, and she looked absolutely miserable. Don't let someone else have the ticket. Bloody hell. Did you see her? Here we go. We're up and running. Timer's on there. Right. You've got to stand up. It's the FA Cup. Bournemouth, we're with you. Unless you're a Man City fan. Bournemouth till I die. I'm Bournemouth till I die. I know I am, I think I am. I'm Bournemouth till I die. I'm not really. Thank you very much. I was just reading what someone said in the chat. Yeah, they've got to start energetic here, Bournemouth, and that's what they're looking to do. International break though, teams can be a little bit cold. We've seen that before. What's Phil Foden doing with the ball there? Book him, ref. Aqua the Water says, Bournemouth fan, come on, let's beat the cheats. Yeah, we've had the FA Cup draw. Forest are playing the winner of this game and Villa get Palace. Automated offsides, yeah, I think they've had them all. I think they've had them throughout the tournament, actually, the automated offsides. I think I'm right in saying that. Gary says, have you seen the Romano update on the Man United striker? I haven't, but if you could tell us, that would be good. Appreciate that. FA Cup is weird this year, says YouTube. Well, it's only weird it's only weird if Man City get knocked out, and it's a nice weird. If Man City stay in, I think they'll win it. Obviously, they stay in. Who do I want to win? This, says Talk Forest TV. Bournemouth, 100%. I don't actually care who wins the FA Cup if Bournemouth get knocked out. I'm not really bothered if Palace, Villa... Who would you want to win it? If it was Forest, Bournemouth, Palace, Villa, who would you want to win? I don't really care. I think it'd be a great story, whoever wins it. I wouldn't care out of any of them who won it. I mean, I know more Villa fans, so although I do know a few Forest fans, so I don't know any Bournemouth fans really, or Palace fans, but yeah. Anyone but City, says Amram's Reds. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Joshua says, Fabrizio said, Gyökeres is on the list, but it depends on the budget. It's a bit of an... I mean, it's an update, but it's a bit like saying, I might have staked next week. It depends on what I've got left in my wages, doesn't it? And you don't know... He doesn't actually know what our budget is, obviously. That's a corner. That's a corner to Bournemouth. Good work there. I've already done thoughts on Berta at Arsenal, Saman. I think it's a good deal. Very good. Why didn't you do the Villa game? I thought it was the most boring game of the FA Cup game, so I chose not to do it, and I got it wrong because the worst game was Brighton Forest, wasn't it? Benny says, apparently Mbappe's on the list as well, but it depends on the budget. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Anybody can be on the list. You know, you can put Erling Haaland on the list, but if you haven't got the budget, you won't buy him, will you? But it's always interesting watching Man City this season, because I've spent a lot of time this season when it comes to Man City saying, you know, they will click at some point, they'll become a good team at some point, and they just don't. I remember doing the watch-along on here a few weeks ago when they played Forest and they lost, and it wasn't like one of those games where City pepper the goal of the opposition and it's a smash and grab. They actually did deserve to lose, so that's the thing about City at the moment. They're not actually that good, and Bournemouth are a very, very hard-working side. I mean, we've got to play Bournemouth in the league in a few weeks' time, and if they're going... I mean, the thing about Bournemouth, though, is their recent form has been a bit dodgy. I meant to bring that in. When you look at the last few games in the Premier League for both of these teams, Bournemouth's record's really bad. 4 losses and a draw in their last 6 games. Whereas Man City, Gundogan's a bit late there. Man City, 3 losses and a draw in their last 6 as well. Just having a look at this again. I mean, that is wild by Gundogan. Absolutely wild. It's funny how they don't slow it down in when it's a Man City shirt. I mean, that should have been a red. I don't even know if it should have been a red. It should have been a yellow. Wild. Should have been a yellow. Sully says, hi Mark, if Bournemouth won the FA Cup, Nottingham Forest got European football and Liverpool won the league, who wins Manager of the Year? Arne Slot in his first season winning the Premier League is pretty impressive. Nottingham Forest getting Champions League football is pretty impressive. And a team like Bournemouth winning the FA Cup is pretty impressive. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'll tell you what, that's absolutely shocking by the TV company here as well. That Gundogan tackle, they showed it twice in real time. I'm telling you now, if that was Casemiro, they'd already have a show out dissecting it. Yeah, it'd be interesting. That would be interesting, definitely. Why do people push the clocks back and forth, says Parker? Oh, mate. It's the first time it's actually really annoyed me today. The clocks going forward. It's just weird. I'm not a big fan of it at all. I know it's to do with daylight saving, but go on. Ray, come on! Give him a yellow card now! That's 2 tackles by Gundogan. Just fouled him again. Absolutely incredible, this ref. Who is this ref? Who is this ref? He's an absolute disgrace. 2 bad tackles by Gundogan, no yellow card. Pratwell. Absolute crap. I tell you what, Bournemouth, you're up against it here. He's an absolute prat. How is he not given a yellow card for either of those tackles? And you think about yesterday, Wharton was booked for a lot less straight away. Gundogan should be off. Should have had 2 yellow cards. He's not got 1. Guarantee you, pounds on the bet. I guarantee you, the first half bad tackle by Bournemouth will be a yellow card. Yeah, I don't like the clocks going forward anyway. Wasted time. You'd be going mental if you were the Bournemouth manager, Mark, says Sully. I would. Terrible free kick as well. You need those advantages, though. Like, you're playing against a very good Man City side who just get away. They always get away with it, though, don't they? Liverpool, Arsenal, everyone will agree. Man City just get away with those tactical fouls. They've got away with them for years. If you analyse the way Pep Guardiola plays football, even going back to the Barcelona days, he's always been about that life, like those tactical fouls. And he gets away with it. Another foul there, not given. Bloody hell. Mate, take your yellow shirt off and put a bloody Man City top on. You're a joke, pal. You're an absolute joke of a ref. You should be running around in a big bloody wig with clown boots on. Bloody coward. Haaland with a chance there on the back post. Don't know whether he should have done better here. It's not great defending. Might have worked the keeper. I think you've got to do a lot with that. Put it on top. If he'd have got it in the bottom corner, it probably would have gone in. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Big shout out to Sully for your super chats. We'll read those out, of course. Do that through the $sign. Someone's moaning that your new shelf is hidden. Well, it's easy to just show you the new shelf. There it is. You'll only ever see that shelf, the top shelf. Should have put, I tell you what, being as it's the top shelf, there was an in-joke. I could have put something up there. Even then, I'd probably get complaints. But really on the top shelf, if you know, you know, it shouldn't be Cantona. It should be, you know, Fiesta or Escort or whatever else they were called. But yeah, nice welcome addition, the shelf there for the stand-up desk. Should have put it on the other side, maybe. No, I like it there. Watch out for this referee. It's Michael Oliver, but his mum hasn't done his hair, says Super Donut. Thanks for your super chat. Eva wants to know what's for dinner tonight, people. We've already had ours. Mother's Day dinner. We had pork belly, roast potatoes, red cabbage, peas with a bit of pancetta in. Oh, fuck off. This referee is an absolute joke. This ref needs investigating. What a terrible start he's had. I don't think that's a penalty. Look at how close he is to the ball. How can that be a penalty? He's so close to the ball. Never in a million years. No way. No way. Absolutely no way. No way in a million years. Never. 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 Never, 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 never is that a pen. People just being fooled by the facts. Just being fooled by the fact that it hits his hand. No way. I'm not having that. How many times? I tell you what, you're an absolute idiot in the chat if you think that's a penalty. You don't watch football. You're judging it on, oh, it's hit his hand, it must be a handball. How many times do they not get given? We saw one in the game yesterday. Just because it hits the hand doesn't mean it's a penalty. His hand is in a natural position from about a metre away and it hits his hand. Not for me. No. This is the problem with handballs. You never know what a bloody handball is. Get in! Get in! Get in! Get in! Get in! Shut up! Told you it wasn't a penalty. Told you it wasn't a penalty. The justice. The justice. Swivel on that. Justice. 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 That is absolutely brilliant by Kepa. And the footballing gods obviously knew what I knew. Never a bloody penalty. Haaland misses. Kepa saves. No Gallagher. You can't believe it. Come on, Bournemouth. Come on, Bournemouth. We're having it. It's hard to beat a 12-man Man City, says Dougie. Pratwell is the referee, says Shane B. Never a penalty for me. Because nobody can tell me it's a penalty because I'll give you 10 examples of it not being a penalty. And that's the point. I'm right. You're wrong. You can't tell me it's a Stonewall penalty because I will show you 10 examples of that not being a penalty throughout this season. So, not a penalty for me. Get in Bournemouth, says Arthur. Very important save by Kepa, though, because if Man City get ahead by doing nothing, it's a soft way to take the lead, isn't it? Go on, Bournemouth. Tell you what, it's got a good tempo. It's got a very good tempo to the game. Lee Dixon said stone wall. Mate, the day I give a shit about what Lee Dixon says is the day I'll stop doing this. I mean, I couldn't give a toss I couldn't give a toss if Lee Dixon, Donald Trump, Keir Starmer, or bloody Anton Deck say it's Stonewall. I'm telling you now, not a penalty because the handball rule is basically make your bloody mind. Oh no! No! Ah, he's missed again. Timo Haaland. I tell you what, it'd be 2-0 to Man City on any other day. How has he missed this? I mean, come on. He's broken. How's he missed that? I would have scored that. He's done everything right. On his strong left foot. Mate. It's a bit worrying how many chances he's getting, though. I'm enjoying the game, though. It's got a really good tempo to it. City should be 2-0 up. Don't forget, I've got my True Classic t-shirt on. You can order yours. Get them part of your wardrobe. Fantastic fitting t-shirts. Big shout out to True Classic. Link in the video description or scan the QR code as it goes round. But a really good cup. This is a proper cup tie. This is proper cup tie, this is. This is the best one we've watched so far. They've got to be a bit careful, Bournemouth. Haaland's getting in behind a lot. Go on, go on. Referee's just not giving anything, is he? Unless it's on a blue shirt, he won't give it. Not the Manchester United I recognise as the ref's in City's pocket. I genuinely think he's had a right shit game, to be honest. Really do. Can you remember the FA Cup? It was this year, wasn't it? Remember the game at Emirates, though? Remember that? Oh, I think that's the worst officiating I've ever seen. That Arsenal-Man United game that we won on penalties. He was absolutely dreadful, that referee, that day. Must be something about the FA Cup. Was it a penalty or not, Paul? Sorry, I should have done that. Get your votes in. Good play. Good play. Go on, Semenyo. Lovely play. Keep going, mate. Oh, God, shot. Good play there. Strong. Look at the Man City player going down. Injured. Pratt. That's what they do as well. If they lose the ball, go down injured. Nothing wrong with him, look. Instantly gets up for the goal kick because there's nothing wrong with you. Faker. Already better than the Brighton versus Forest game, says Benjamin. Mate, it was already better than the Brighton Forest game when they walked out the tunnel. And that's all they needed to do. Smile and better. This ref needs a half-time talk. He's really bad, says Sully. Oh, he's given a foul. Bernardo Silva, he's filthy as well. Fucking hell, God. It's got a good tempo, though. Yeah, Premier League's back on Tuesday. Looking forward to it. Man United Forest. And we're doing... Well, Merseyside derby on Wednesday, but my featured game is going to be Brighton against Villa. Although how crap Brighton were on yesterday, I think Villa might do him. 64% of you said it wasn't a penalty for City. I agree. How many of those have we seen not given? That's my point. Yes, it hits his hand, but I've seen that so many times. Go on! Go on. Yes, get in! Get in, Bournemouth! Get in! He's got in on it! He's got in on the act! Evan Nilsson, 1-0 to Bournemouth. It's a cup tie! It's a cup tie! Get in! This is great. This is great. The referee's probably going to rule it out. But for now, we celebrate. Lovely little ball dinked into the back post. I think Kluivert diverts it towards it. I thought it was in. It wasn't in. And then I thought, oh, Man City are going to bloody rescue this, aren't they? But it's Evan Nilsson who flies in to score. Brooks with the cross. Yeah, Miles onside. Kluivert does well. Yeah, it's going in. You're not stopping that. Lovely goal. Lovely cross by Brooks. Brave by Kluivert on the back post. And then Evan Nilsson's there to just put it in the net. And Diaz as well. No, it wasn't Diaz. It was that other centre-back. Do you get another one for that? Lovely play by Kluivert. That was about to go in. I tell you what, that Man City defender, if he'd stopped that, it would have been... I don't think he would have stopped it, would he? I think he would have really struggled to stop that. Really would have struggled to stop that. 1-0. Game on! Already better than the Brighton game, says Benjamin. Thanks for your super chats. Love, that was a good goal as well. I mean, Man City have had chances. Go on wide. It's got a really good cup tie feel to it, hasn't it? Really good intensity at the moment. I mean, there will be chances for City. I can't imagine them not scoring. It's gone down as an own goal. Is it a goal? That's all I care about. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Don't forget, tomorrow, join us live. We're going to be in London. We're in London, aren't we? For Baller League Week 2. And we'll be live streaming the actual game footage and commentary of that as well. How's Noel feeling now? Cue the jokes. Don't look back in anger. Their season's sliding away. You just got to roll with it. 67. I'm going to close the poll. 67% said it wasn't a penalty for Manchester City. You know why it wasn't a penalty? Great save, Kepa. I tell you what, Man City are playing well. You know why it wasn't a penalty? Because we've seen loads of those not given before as well. Stop crying your heart out, Noel. Yeah. I bet he'd like some cigarettes and alcohol. Yeah. I'm sure Man City will come back into this. It's a very open game. I'm not sure that the way Bournemouth play is going to be problematic for City to create chances. Like, there's a lot of space out there. Very open game. I think Nunez is a championship player in disguise. He was an interesting signing, Nunez, from Wolves. I thought he looked half decent at Wolves, but he's not done particularly well. I'm surprised he doesn't pick Mamouche more, you know. Why has he started benching Mamouche? I thought Mamouche looked really good. And then the last few weeks, he puts him on the bench. Come on, Bournemouth, on the attack again with Kluivert. Into Semenyo. He's in the box. He does well. Oh, he's put too much power on the cross. But he's having Nunez on toast here. What do I think the final score will be? Long way to go, pal. Long way to go. It is Kluivert's son, Patrick's son, yeah. Formerly, he was at Ajax and Roma, wasn't he? I remember him being at Ajax, being linked to United. I'm all right with the wall. I mean, I think a lot of people are getting the breaking news about the wall because they didn't see it yesterday. I've seen... Terry did a video saying Goldbridge nearly dies. I think that's a little bit too far. I might have been knocked out and broken my neck, but I don't think it would have killed me. Your dad says nice jacket. Well, I'm showing off the True Classic t-shirts. You know, they can be the cornerstone of your wardrobe this summer. There's nothing quite like a nice fitting t-shirt under a jumper or a shirt like this. Get yours from True Classic. Links in the description. I was going to wear this to Baller League tomorrow. I'm actually showing off. I'll have to get something else tomorrow. I haven't seen Rashford's goals yet, Dan. I know one of them was a penalty. Late on the keeper there. He's all right. I think Pep's going to leave Man City in the summer anyway, CK. Yeah. I think it was all a front. Let's pretend you've got a contract. Let's get you to sign a new contract. I think he'll go. Robin van der Bert with his super chat said, I think Nunez is a championship player. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting some football back, though. I still stand by what I said yesterday. I don't think that that they should have an exclusive FA Cup weekend next season for the quarterfinals. I don't remember us ever doing it. I always remember FA Cup quarterfinal and semi-finals. There would be Premier League games as well. I don't know what idiot decided that's a good idea. Like, if you're not, I understand, like, Forest couldn't play United, so that has to be played on Tuesday. But if you're out the FA Cup, they should have played at the weekend. I do not think we should have exclusive FA Cup. Go on, then. Go on, then. Go on, then. Oh, he's just bounced behind Evan Nilsson there. Bournemouth on the break. They loaned Walker, but never bought a right back. City have been bad anyway, but it shows today with Semenyo sitting down Nunez, says Johnny. Yep, good observation. Why? What have we got? I know. I'm asking a question here that's it's a bit like saying no, I won't say that. But why is he not picking Mamouche? Like, what's the problem with Mamouche? I thought he looked really good. Ramadan, says Hamza. Oh, Salah still gets picked. Mazraoui still gets picked. De Bruyne has fell off. Well, De Bruyne hasn't fell off. He's just old. Do you rate Tyler Adams, Mark? Says Sully. Yeah, a few people have mentioned him. Very, very... I liked him in the World Cup. And I think he's got really good... energy levels. I mean, Semenyo... I'm not convinced about Semenyo for Man United, by the way. I'm not convinced that he's a bit like... How do I put this without being inoffensive? I think he's a bit clunky as a player. Like, he's a bit physical. And I think that in our system, we probably need... I think Kluivert would be better than Semenyo. He's a good player, Semenyo. I think that guy next to Pep looks like Kevin Keegan. I always think it's Kevin Keegan. Look, plenty left in this game. I would be stunned if Man City don't score. The game is so open, but Bournemouth are going to need another goal, I reckon. You gotta roll with it. Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I think if I had the choice over Semenyo or Kluivert, I'd get Kluivert. Hussein's not playing. He's suspended, RJ, and so is Kirkez. So Bournemouth have got two of their better players not even playing. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Nearly 10,000 tuning in, which for an FA Cup game is pretty good. Don't forget we're going to be live tomorrow from about 5 o'clock till 10 o'clock at the Baller League in London again. I'm changing the camera angle as well. I've seen a way I want to do it. So get it out. If in doubt, that'll do. Half an hour gone. I can show you the Baller League footage tomorrow. We've got the rights to do that. We haven't got the rights to show you the FA Cup, no. I think TNT paid a lot of money for that. Oh, lovely ball. Nunez does well. Cross is good. No, Kepa's there. He's going to use Mamouche like he used Alvarez, says Let's Talk Vinyl. I don't think Pep's ever really been scrutinised because he's always had the domination at Bayern, Barca and Man City. But the misuse of Alvarez actually does need studying. Like, because Man City are so good, he gets away with, like, letting Cole Palmer go and letting Alvarez go. But Alvarez going was a mistake. It was a mistake. He used to score a lot of goals for Man City off the bench, and he scored a lot of goals for Atletico Madrid. That was a mistake. And does he make mistakes because he won't drop favourites? I don't know. Have you heard about the situation at League One club Reading, and what do you think about it? Says Daniel. I haven't. Put my hands up. I haven't. I know that they've had problems in the past with their fans and stuff. Let me have a quick look. I know they beat Peterborough yesterday. Court proceedings. They're trying to get the owner out, aren't they? Something like that. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat are saying Alvarez wanted to go, but why did he want to go? That's my point. Like, why should he sit on the bench? He should be playing a lot more games. Erling Haaland scores a lot of goals, but I've always said about Haaland, best striker in the world, but he ain't going to create chances for himself, and he's not going to create chances for other people. I think you just get more from Alvarez. I'm not saying Alvarez should start over Haaland, but I think he should have. I do think he should have been getting more game time. Especially when you look at it's not like there was surely a way to get Alvarez and Haaland in the same starting team. I think Bournemouth now. Oh, I just need to get to half time here. Amarin's Red says, Mamouche should be starting over De Bruyne or Foden. He's a special player. I mean, Man City have got a lot of special players. De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Foden, Haaland. You know, these are good players, but they're struggling. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. We are currently on 1.31 million subscribers, and you are very welcome on That's Football. Lots and lots of football watch-alongs coming over the next few days. I'll be on United Stand on Tuesday night because it's United against Forest, but Wednesday night we'll be covering all the games. I think there's 7 games on Wednesday night. Our featured watch will be Brighton Villa because of the top 5 race, but we'll also be keeping an eye on the Merseyside derby. Thursday night, we've got Spurs against Chelsea. Big game for Chelsea. They need to start winning if they want to get Champions League football, and they are playing Spurs, so they should really be winning that. And then obviously we've got next weekend, and then the midweek after that, it's the Champions League. It's Villa, PSG. It's Arsenal, Real Madrid. It's all going on. And it's all very exciting. But this is good. Bournemouth leading at the moment. We're not going to get too excited at the moment because if Man City go out, we're going to get an FA Cup winner that we haven't had for... Well, who's won the FA Cup at a Bournemouth, Palace, Villa and Forest, and when was it? When did Villa win the FA Cup? How's that not a foul there? This ref is an absolute turd. Villa won it in 1957. Somebody just said there, Forest won it in 1958. Well, either whether it's Villa or Forest, that's what, 65 years ago since any of these won the FA Cup. If Man City get knocked out, Bournemouth, Forest, Villa, Palace, none of them have won the FA Cup in 65 years then, which would just be incredible. Be very exciting. Villa have won it 7 times, 1887, 1895, 1897, 1905, 1913, 1920 and 1957. Have Crystal Palace or Bournemouth ever won the FA Cup? Mark, if City lose and don't get top 5, do you think it will be the end for Pep? Says Rob always, you know. I think Pep's going anyway. I just think it was a cover-up because of all the talk in autumn. I think he's going anyway. I've always said that. I might be wrong, but I've always thought that. Lovely ball. Oh, ref, come on! Oh, for God's sake. This referee, he's having a laugh. He's having a laugh. Oh, he's given a yellow card. At last. Well done. You're doing your job, you Pratt. Pratwell. At last. Kushanoff gets booked. Quite rightly so. He's a little bit unlucky, and it can't be anything more than a yellow, but he's a little bit unlucky because he's blindsided, but it's definitely a yellow card. Crystal Palace and Bournemouth have never won the FA Cup, Mark, said someone in the chat. Forest have apparently won it once. And obviously we know about Villa. So that's the prize. That's the exciting prize. If Man City get knocked out, we're getting 4 teams left in the tournament. Bournemouth, Forest, Palace and Villa, who haven't won it in most people's lifetime. I mean, if you can remember Villa or Forest winning the FA Cup, you're probably in your 70s. But there's a long way to go yet. I can't see Man City not getting a goal, especially with this ref. Little dink. Oh, God. Really thought someone's getting on the end of this. It's going in towards the back post. There's a little deflection and just can't quite get their foot on it. Yeah, he's not quite there, is he? Looked to me like that should have been a corner. It was a corner. It is a corner. I didn't say abba abba. I was going, abba. Getting into this. Corner. Bournemouth. That's a good corner. Oh, it's headed away by Diaz. Keeper comes and collects it. 7 minutes to go to half time. Thanks for your super chat, Rob Always United and Daniel Pollard. You can do that through the $sign. We'll read those out. It was a bit Marv in Home Alone 2, Eva. Well thought. Got to put the defensive yards in here. Bernardo Silva, keeper's got that. Good collection by Kepa. Do they get European footy if they win the FA Cup, says Tom. Yeah, if you win the Carabao Cup, you go in the Conference League. If you win the FA Cup, you go in the Europa League, because that's what United did. It does have an impact on the positions in the Premier League, though, because it starts knocking everything down. So if, obviously, Liverpool won the Carabao... No, they didn't. Newcastle won the Carabao Cup. But if they finish in the top 5, then they'll get Europa League or Champions League, which means the Conference League goes to a league position. And similarly, there might be an extra league position because of this lot as well in the FA Cup. But it's Europa League for the FA Cup, Carabao Cup for the Conference League. Mate, you've got to start giving fouls. Man City are so dirty. Watch out for De Bruyne. Foden. Good defending. Yeah, if in doubt, boot the ball. Who do you think will be the next Brazil manager? Well, I have had a call, but I've just said, look, the commute's too bad. It's the time difference. That's the problem. Basically rang me up and said, can you get Brazil to win the World Cup in a year? And I said, look, there's a bear shit in the woods, but my big problem is I have to do the United Stand morning show and the time difference is going to be a killer. So can I do it over Zoom? And then I'll go to the World Cup, and they're thinking about it. Noley says, did Villa beat Man United in the 57 final? Goalkeeper's jaw was broken in the game. I'm not that old, but I do recall like watching videos about it. Steve says, Lewis Cook has had his career resurrected, should have had England call up. Steve Bacon says, Foden's turned into Jemba Jemba. Ancelotti will go to Brazil, says LOL. I don't see Brazil winning the World Cup. They're always going to be a country with great heritage and reputation, but looking at player profile, I don't think Brazil are going to win the World Cup. They've got some very good players, but I don't think they've got a great spine. So I don't think they're going to be able to turn it around in a year. I think they miss like a Thiago Silva and a Casemiro. I love how Bournemouth have all these players just sat there in this little hut in the corner. Three minutes to go to half-time. Obviously, City missed a penalty. Haaland missed a one-on-one. And then Bournemouth took their chance. Quite an equal game, actually, is what I'm trying to say. Fair play, Bournemouth in front, but it has been quite an equal game. Please share the video, by the way. We're only 10 away from 10,000 watching, which is great. Second half's going to be interesting, to say the least. 2 minutes to go to half-time. Very good, energetic game. And to be fair to both teams, it's been a very open game as well. Kinsey says, I'm telling you, Mark, United need to buy Tyler Adams. Great player. One injury, labelled him injury-prone. That is a recipe for a great deal. I get mixed up with McKennie and Adams. Was Adams the one who went to... Was he at Leeds? Let me just check. Both American, aren't they? They've got... What's the other lad who plays at Milan? American player. I really like him. Never seems to get linked to anybody, but I like him. I think it begins with a K. Musa, that's it. Why is no one looking at him? He's very good on EAFC 25. That's probably no way of... yeah, so Tyler Adams is 26. Leipzig, Leeds, Bournemouth. Thanks everyone. Over 10,000 watching now. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Bournemouth just need to get to half time here. Kim is a Crystal Palace fan here. Watchalong. Loves it. Richmond. Vancouver. Give Southgate the Brazil job, says Jax. I pity the club that gets Southgate, but I am intrigued to see where he's going to end up. Now, this is where it went wrong last time. I'm just going to try something out and make sure it doesn't fall over. Give me a second. So I walked in, I closed the door. It obviously created a bit of a backdraft behind here. And as I sat down, it came tumbling down. But I have actually screwed it into the wall. Makes me look like I'm screwing the wall. But I actually have screwed it in now, so there's no space behind for the draft to come in. So we should be okay. Erling Haaland here. No, he's not going to do anything with that. Only 1 minute added on. Very happy with Bournemouth. De Bruyne shoots over the bar. Nah, nah, nah. Don't know what that means. Sheep. I think George Jesus, the coach of Al Hilal, is the leading alternative to the Brazilian job. Have a nice watch along. Wallbridge, says Howder. Thank you very much. And M. Parker says, thank you very much for your super chat, by the way, Howder. M. Parker says, do you remember back in the day, about 10 to 15 teams had multiple stars that could turn a game? What happened? I can't even think of 5 top-class players in the world now, says Parker. Yeah, I've spoken about this quite a lot. I think that... I think Pep Guardiola's got a lot... It's half-time, by the way. We're halfway there. We're Bon Jovi. We're halfway there. Come on, Bournemouth. I think football's just changed over the last 10 years into this modern incarnation of football, which is very strategic. And, you know, I think a lot of people liked it. I never did. I never really liked the way Barcelona played. I appreciated the Iniestas and the Xavis and the Messis, but I never really liked the resistance to take a shot from the edge of the box or, you know, put a cross into the box. It was all very tiki-taka. And that's sort of what everybody's copied. And it would be, you know, remiss not to admit that Pep Guardiola's had a big impact on why even teams in non-league football are passing out from the back now. I don't think there's a problem with that, but I just think everybody is doing it, and individualism has suffered because of it. And I'd like to see a little bit more of that coming back, because there are players that I grew up watching, and I'm not even going to talk about the Zidans or the R9s or the Ronaldinhos or the Rivaldos, you know, the Gascoignes, these players, the Letiziers, the Ginolas, the Kincladseys, the Janinios, the Okochas, these individual players that, I'm telling you now, I used to put Match of the Day on, and each month was a month of bangers for Goal of the Month. You just don't get that. Goal of the Season now is what we used to get for Goal of the Month. And there has been a drop-off in that. But that's not a criticism. It's strategy. Basically, I think you've got coaches these days who go, if you've got the ball, you can't concede a goal. And I think that's what they look at. They look at possession and they go, if we've got the ball, we can't concede a goal. So Mourinho was never like that. But he was a brilliant defensive coach. But he didn't say, if we've got the ball... You know, so it's not that simple, Hadji, what an individual player he was. So I think that, and I'm not just using Pep Guardiola, I think some managers now are like, don't take him on because you might lose the ball. Don't shoot from 35 yards because you might miss. And don't take risks, play possession. And it's all strategic. Look, I don't want to see the day of goalkeepers hoofing the ball from goal kicks, but the reason they play out from the back is because if you kick the ball to the halfway line, there's probably a 50-50 chance that you're going to lose the ball in the duel. Whereas if you play out from the back, you're in possession of the ball, and that's why they do it. But I think, well, look, what Pep did to Grealish is a great example, Jamar. I want to see football change, and I think it will. I just think modern coaches need to be brave and stop admiring what's happened in the last 10 years and evolving into the next 10 years. And as I said yesterday, if you are a player that can run at people, then that is the antidote. Every system is breakable. That's why when you read tactical books, the evolution of football going back to the 40s to today, there will be, you know, there was a period where Italian football was the best, then Spanish football, Premier League football, you know, this is what Dutch football, it happens. We're ready for an evolution, and the thing is that if you're playing out from the back and you're a possession-based team, how do you beat that? Well, you beat it by breaking the system down. And if Pep or whoever is saying to my team, when we haven't got the ball, let's, be structured and not let them get through us. If I say to one of my midfielders, take on Gundogan, if you get past Gundogan, his system falls apart because someone's got to come towards you, and I think that's how you change it. Hopefully it's going to happen sooner rather than later. As for shots and worldies and volleys and everything like that, I don't think that's systematic. I do hope that can come back into it. I am doing a watch along tomorrow for Baller League. I'll be there in London, ISO, and we'll be live from about 5 o'clock on this channel. Looking forward to it. Sam says, would you agree that football has become so systematic that it's lost its flair? Yes, I would. But I think it can get it back. And I'm not. I just want to say, in no way, shape, or form am I saying modern football's crap. I've really enjoyed that 45 minutes. Like I'm immersed in this game. I've really enjoyed it. But do I think football could be better? Yes. I think it's time for an evolution. Honestly, I used to watch Italian football a lot. I fell in love with football, really, Italia 90, when I was about 10. And that was when I really sort of got into football massively. And Italian, obviously they hosted the tournament. Channel 4 did a madness and got rights to Italian football. At that time, the Italian league was the best league. I think they had restrictions on foreign players. You could only have 3 because famously, I think AC Milan had Van Basten, Gullit and Rijkaard, and Inter Milan had Bremer, Klinsmann and Mateus. I mean, what a 3 set of players to have, by the way. But so I started watching a lot of Italian football and I loved it. But God, it was boring. It was really boring. But I loved it. But Italian football was a bit boring. It was. They even had 2 points for a win and 1 point for a draw. Like when I was watching Italian football, they literally did have 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw. Well, what do you think that did? What do you think that made that league do? An away draw suddenly was a lot more valuable. So it was quite systematic, to be fair. Name 11 German former Premier League players, says NAU. What's your prediction for the 115 outcome, says Ninja? 2 good questions. I've got absolutely no nudge, wink, or prediction from anybody I know in the industry about what's going to happen with Man City. I think David Ornstein said it publicly a couple of days ago. He hasn't as well. So realistically, it's a bit like a transfer, isn't it? When you know they're going to go to one club or the other, but you don't know which club, you can take a calculated guess. And I don't know what's going to happen with Man City, but I think, you know what? I've probably never said this. Whichever way it goes, it will be sad. It will be sad because if they get found guilty badly, then it's going to change football. And if they get found not guilty, then it's going to change football. But look, hopefully it'll happen at some point. Name 11 former German players, Premier League players. It's an easy one. Oh, I don't think it is that easy, mate, really. Lehmann, Mertesacker. I'm starting with Arsenal. Lehmann, Mertesacker, Schweinsteiger, Werner. He's still there though, isn't he, Werner? I'm not very good at these because I'm live trying to make a show interesting. Klinsmann, obviously. Ballack, yes. Let me not look at the chat while I do this. German players who've played in the Premier League. Oh, Riedler played for Liverpool. I'm trying to think. There's loads. Oh, what was that striker who played for Man City? Rosler. He was good. That was when Man City was shit. German former players that have played in the Premier League whilst not looking at the live chat. I don't want to get a copyright strike. No, I don't want to get an offensive strike. Stefan Freund. Freund played in the midfield. The one I'm thinking about didn't play, but you know who I'm thinking about. Rhymes with Muntz and had a K at the front and not an M. He didn't play in the Prem. Uwe Rosler we've done. Michael Ballack we've done. There's been a few strikers that are German, aren't there? Klinsmann we've done. Midfielders. Dieter Hamann played for Liverpool, of course. Karl-Heinz Riedler we've done. Marcus Babbel. Was he German? Marcus Babbel, not Ryan Babbel. There must be a few goalkeepers I'm not doing here as well. I mean, I must be nearly there anyway. Man City might have had a few. German. Oh, Ziegler, Middlesbrough. He played for Middlesbrough. German. Mertesacker I've done. Kimmich didn't play. Mateus didn't play here. There's bloody loads. Closer. Oh, Arsenal. What was his name? Podolski. I must be nearly there. With that. Havertz still plays. Yeah. Hippier was Dane is Finnish. Yeah. I've got loads of them there. I did quite well. I think I just about did it. Kushinov looks awful. I'd rather have Borat at centre-back, says John. Podolski, yes, says Rub. And how come the pundits were so vocal about Amorim needing to change his tactics based on results? So why don't they ever say it's about Pep, says Johnny. Exactly. I think Spain is a good example of a hybrid of possession and risky football, says Luca. I love this. I love this, actually. We've just been talking about football and how it has become a little bit systematic. But I think Spain in the Euros already showed an evolution. Spain, for the last 15 years, have been a little bit Pep, a little bit tiki-taka, a little bit well-organised, but not really offensively as good as they could be. And I think what you saw in the Euros was an evolution where you've got Yamal and Williams on the wing with proper flair and creativity. Rudiger was one I missed. Proper flair and creativity, supplemented by an out-and-out, Morata sort of striker. So yeah, I quite like what Spain did in the Euros and the way that they play. Yeah. Gundogan's still playing, and we were talking about former players. NAU is loving it. Thank you very much for that. Bournemouth half-time team talk, Sully. Don't sit back. Definitely don't sit back. Play on the front foot. Play energetic, and try and score another goal. I don't think you're going to win it 1-0. So I think they've got to play on the front foot, as they have done, and look to get the second goal. I think if you sit back, you'll give them immense. Because what happens if you sit back is you get into that mentality. And then if Man City score, they're on the front foot. So I think they've got to stay in the game and keep doing what they're doing. They're at home. They've got the home crowd. Don't forget, we're sponsored by True Classic. You can get your t-shirts delivered, scan the QR code or get the link in the description. I'm wearing mine now. I always have one on anyway, but you probably haven't seen it because I've had hoodies and stuff on, but the weather's getting better. So undershirts or whatever you want to do, chill out or just going out, brilliant fitting t-shirts, and you can get those through the link in the description or by scanning the QR code. And they do loads of other clothes types as well, polos, jumpers, trackies, the lot. So check them out. Fantastic. Thank you very much to True Classic. Hopefully this game is going to end up being a true classic as well. Man City do have options off the bench, much better than Bournemouth, who obviously can't play Kirkes or Hulson today because of suspension. But on the bench for Man City, they've got Doku, game changer, Mamouche, game changer, Grealish potentially could be a game changer as well. So they've got those three options there. What's happened to that other lad? Sabio. Where's he? Is he injured? This is what I mean about Man City. They have got a lot of good players. He's banned as well. I'd get Doku on in a game like this. There's so much space. And obviously, Man City, Bournemouth are missing Kirkes. So I think it'd be foolish not to try one of those. His wife's having a baby, says Alex, and he's attending childbirth, says Fabian. There we go. Mebad says as well, he's at his son's birth. Tapping Merchant says, how would you describe Real Madrid's style of play? I'll be honest, mate, I haven't watched a lot of Real Madrid this season. I didn't watch a lot of them last season. I will be watching them more now in the latter stages of the Champions League, but I don't watch La Liga, and I haven't really watched a lot of them this season. I mean, we've done a couple of watch-alongs together, but I think Ancelotti's style of play is certainly not tiki-taka. It's well-structured. Obviously, he's an Italian coach. It's well-structured. But he's also an advocate of flair, isn't he? I mean, I do like Ancelotti's style of play. I like Klopp's style of play over Pep's. But O'Reilly coming on for Man City here to play at centre-back. He's took Kushanoff off, yellow card. Maybe that was something to do with it. He's the fall guy. He's out. He's gone. He's not playing. So let's get ready for the second half here. Another youngster coming on at the back. I think they loaned out Pussy, didn't they? I'm on the United stand at 8 o'clock, yes. Come on, ref. Stop being part of the Man City team talk and get on with it. Grealish wasted his talent at City, says Mrs. Stone. I don't blame Grealish to going to Man City. £100 million. That was the only way he was going to be going from Villa, was the release clause. You go to Man City, best team in the league at the time, wins titles, wins trebles, you know. 90 Steven says Madrid play a mid to low block, hitting on the counter. What's for dinner, Mark? Says I've had it. Red cabbage, pork, peas, roast potatoes, and carrots. Very nice. Do you know someone who can sell me tickets for the Europa League against Lyon, says Lenny Oro. I don't, mate, actually. Is it sold out already? I suppose it probably would be, wouldn't it? This is the biggest game we've got left in the season. Please pronounce Pussy's name correctly, Mark, says Easy. And what are your thoughts on Mbappe's free kick? I see a lot claiming it wasn't one, and I don't get why. Are football fans becoming stupid? Says don't mind me. I haven't seen it, mate. Put my hands up, I haven't seen it, so you're sort of catching me out. But what do you think about Mbappe's free kick, everyone? Was it a free kick? Are football fans becoming stupid? Who is the worst City player in the squad? Says Simon. I do feel a little bit sorry for the lad who's been taken off, Kushanoff, because he's been brought in January and he's been thrown in at the deep end, and it's a new league, and I remember Vidic and Everett when we brought them in. So it takes time to adjust. Right, I'm going to have a bit of a sit down. I have been stood up for a long time. I do like having a stand up, but it's a long time to stand up. Over an hour. Who do you think's the worst player in the City squad, says Simon. Thanks for your super chat, mate. Worst player in the Man City squad. I mean, here we go, Foden. He's got options. He's got options. He's got options. He's still got options. It's a good... Well, he's got to score. He's got to score there. Good diversion runs from Haaland and co. Foden benefits, runs at them, and realistically, he's got to score. Should do a lot better. This is the thing, the game is quite open. You'd be stunned if Man City don't score here. Yeah, Phil Foden won Player of the Year last year, didn't he? What did I think of Adolescence, Mark, says Cal. I'm bored of being asked about what I thought about Adolescence. I think it was good. I think it's overrated now. Oh, here we go. O'Reilly. Good goal. Man City have come out like a train here. And the lad off the bench has got a really good assist there. Well done. Haaland. This is what I mean. They've got the momentum now. Bournemouth look like they're playing with 10 men. They're just so open. Like, who's the right-sided player there? Where is everybody? Lovely goal. Lovely cross. You can't fault it. It's a lovely goal. He's done very well. The lad off the bench has done very well. But Bournemouth, where are your players? This is so much space. I mean, Foden literally should have scored. Opinions on the Championship title playoff race, Mark, says LED. I mean, the only opinion I can give, mate, is by literally looking at the Championship table for the first time in weeks and giving you my opinion, which I'm about to give you now. So Sheffield United, Leeds and Burnley are going for the race, and then Sunderland in fourth are not going to catch them. So 2 from Leeds, Burnley and Sheffield United are going to go up, and then the other one will probably win the playoffs. And then Burnley and Sheffield United are going to go straight back down. Leeds might have a chance of staying up. Probably be 3 up, 3 down again. Yeah, City are on top now. Annoying. Vardiel's gone centre-back, hasn't he? They've put O'Reilly at left wing-back and they've put Vardiel at centre-back. It was a good goal. Do you think Derby will stay up? Says Matthew. And have you fixed the setup now? Says Nicola. I have, yeah. Arala overrated by everyone. They're out of steam now, says Easy. Derby are 2 points from safety. They got a chance, mate. You got a game in hand over Cardiff and Hull. I think Plymouth are down, but they've won their last 3 games, Derby. They've got a chance. Oxford look like they're struggling a little bit. Just on the form. It's a shame the gap's so big between the EFL and the Prem, says Eridi. Well, it is. It is a shame because there's no relegation battle in the Premier League anymore. This is looking bad for Bournemouth. Man City are just a completely different side in the second half, and now they're playing with confidence. Something needs to change. But he hasn't got the bench. Man City have got the bench. The thing is, Man City haven't played badly, have they? They missed a penalty. Haaland should have scored another one. Simon says, most obscure football fact. What? I don't know. Someone in the chat? Amrin's Red says, Bournemouth are really missing Hulson and Kirkes. They are big misses. I mean, it's 50%. It's their best 2 defenders, and they're not there. It is a big miss. Had a pot noodle lately, Mark, says Rob, always United. Haven't had a pot noodle, but I've had, if you know, you know. I used to quite like a pot noodle. I think I used to have the spicy tomato one, and I'd always have a couple of slices of bread that I'd dip in it. It's just too much carb, really, now. Bournemouth just can't really get anything going. Here's Semenyo. Need a bit of possession, don't they? I tell you what, I used to love a tin of oxtail soup, Edric. I haven't had it in years. Beefsteak and mushrooms, says Insomniac. Sounds good. Yeah, it would have been great for the FA Cup if Man City got knocked out, but you can't argue with the fact that they have played well today. And they will be huge favourites to win the Cup. It would be boring if Man City win the FA Cup, but that doesn't mean they won't. What trade would you consider doing, says Leon. What trade? I need a little bit more, like a swap deal. I don't think Manchester United are in a position where swap deals are good deals for us anyway, because from an FFP point of view, swap deals don't really help you out. But look, for example, if Villa wanted Rashford, I'd happily swap him for Jacob Ramsey or someone like that. I mean, Villa fans are going to say forget about it, but or Morgan Rogers. Job trade. Oh, right, okay. What trade would you consider doing, says Leon? I'd like to be, I mean, look, I wouldn't mind being an electrician or a plumber or something like that. You're always going to need them. I may have missed the response, but did you ever get a chance to watch the Australian crocodile video? I reckon you could jump it, says Chris. Mate, I just thought he came across as a bit of a prat, to be honest. Like, no sense of humour. Like, when I talk about animal battles and stuff, I tend to be doing it from a sarcastic joke point of view. And the guy, Poundland Crocodile Mick Dundee, took it very seriously, didn't he? Like, no bloody way he'd be able to jump a croc. Oh, I've been fighting crocs all my life. It was a joke, mate. But if he wants me to pay me to go over to Australia, I'll take the family, bring my vlogging camera and do some stuff while I'm there as well. Jump a crocodile for a free flight over there, no problem, mate. Thank you very much. Substitution here. 2 substitutions here for Bournemouth. They've got to try and change the tempo here. They're still in the game. Could go to extra time. They're still in the game, Bournemouth. I don't know what Erling Haaland's problem is. He's not going to be injured from this. There's no way he's going to be injured from that, because all he's done is trip over and fall over. I mean, I used to do that in the playground 10 times a week. He's not injured. Oh no, maybe he is. He's talking about his ankle. I think he's, to be fair to him, I think his ankle might have got caught underneath the player. Without oil money, Man City are mid-table, says Constantine. Salmonero said he looks like he might have messed up his ankle. Great to see Broken Set Bridge back at it again. Mate, I was back at it within an hour. I did the Fulham Palace game. Just needed a bit of screwing. Would you like to be a roofer? The only trouble is, if I do outside stuff, I have this condition called, and it's not great, Raynaud's or something like that. So when my hands get cold, I've had it since I was like 12. It's like a circulation problem. So I think it's from having a hard paper round and not wearing gloves. So, like, my little fingers, like, go really white. Like, the blood drains from them. So, I wouldn't be very good as a roofer. I need to be inside. Half an hour to go. God, we'd love a Bournemouth goal. Edison's going to get hold of that. I just think the way the way the game is going, what's the thoughts on spot popping? Ooh, Matthews, disgusting. Actually, that's my thoughts on it. I thought I just feel that Haaland's off. He's coming off, Haaland. He's gone down. Bournemouth don't need to kick the ball out. But it goes out anyway. Oh, shut up, Fanta Pants. Jog on. He doesn't have to kick the ball out because a player goes down, you bloody idiot. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Jog on. Jog on. You fell off, mate. Go to Saudi. You fell off, you bloody idiot. He doesn't have to kick the ball out because somebody's injured. It's not a head injury. Check. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Bournemouth do nothing wrong there. Man City would not kick the ball out. No, you don't. He doesn't need to kick the ball out. Absolutely not. If it's a head injury, yes. Haaland decided to sit down because he knew he had to come off. I ain't kicking the ball out. Why should I kick the ball out? No sympathy. What was your opinion on Tevez, says Tapping Merchant. Very good player at Man United before he became an absolute traitor, basically. I don't like that on any level of football. I don't like the ball being kicked out because the player's injured. I just think it's part of the game, and if it's a head injury, 100%, kick it out quick. If they go down and it looks like, you know, heart condition or they've swallowed their tongue, kick the ball out quick. But when you know it's like a collision on their leg, leave it. So Haaland's gone off here. Does that make Man City weaker or stronger? You could argue it makes them stronger. I think Mamouche is a good player. Five says, if Man City beat them, are you supporting them or Forest in the next round? Mate, I think it'll be a hard watch. Because Forest will sit back and counter and Man City will just pass the ball about. I don't think it'll be a great semi-final. I think if Man City get through this, they'll probably win it. On a Wembley pitch, the way they play. Yeah. How is he booking him for that? Mate, how are you booking him for that when you didn't book Gundogan for 2 tackles worse in the first half? When are City going to get this title stripped, says Lisa. I don't want to see City getting their title stripped because I wouldn't want one. Oh, fucking hell. Mamouche straight away. O'Reilly with another assist. Bernardo Silva handballs this in the build-up. This ref may as well be a City fan. Silva clearly handled that. He's a fucking liability, this referee. Absolutely. I mean, the keeper should save this. I don't know how it goes in. But Bernardo Silva handles this in the build-up. And there is VAR. Keeper should save that. Semenyo doesn't help out, really. Kepa should save that. Fucking hell. Why are they showing us Mamouche? The TV's on it as well. Why are they showing us 6 shots of Mamouche when we just want to see the handball from Bernardo Silva? Still haven't shown it. Still haven't shown it! You bloody twats! You cheating twats! They haven't even shown it on the telly. Absolute knobheads. Absolute. Get it on now. Get the producer to put it on now. Absolutely disgraceful. Not even shown it as a replay. So VAR doesn't exist in the FA Cup now. I think Man City are going to win the FA Cup. If they get through this, I can't see who would beat them. Maybe Villa in the final. VAR said accidental. Didn't say accidental in the bloody penalty box though, did they? You know what I find disgusting is that as the consumer, we haven't been shown the replay. It's a contentious issue and we haven't been shown a replay, which means somebody out there is saying don't show it them. Like, it's an entertainment sport. We, as consumers, should be allowed to have a look at it and make our own mind up. We shouldn't be sat here with the commentator saying VAR took a look at it and said it's accidental. How's about I'll take a fucking look at it and I'll make my own fucking mind up. Because guess what? VAR has been wrong a lot. So I couldn't give a shit whether VAR says it's accidental. I'll make my own fucking mind up. Why have we not seen the replay of it? Move on quickly, get the game restarted, make them forget about it. Look, maybe it's not a handball. Maybe I'll look at it and go, you can't give a handball for that. But I'd like to have the bloody opportunity. It's absolutely disgusting. This ain't fucking EastEnders. This is a bloody football match. I should get to see that incident. Fix it up, bruv. If I was a Bournemouth fan, I'd be bloody fuming. I'd be like, I don't know what happened with Bernardo Silva. I can't replay it because I haven't seen a close-up. It happened on the other side of the pitch. Blood Orange says they're not going to stop a game so they can show it on TV. Mate, they showed us Mamouche finish about 6 fucking times, and it was a shit finish. It was a shit mistake. They could easily have shown us a replay of that. Easily. Knobheads. Man City do deserve to be winning. Bournemouth have not been very good second half. The commentators mentioned VAR rules the handball accidental, says Daniel. Well, again, I couldn't give a toss what they say. Phil Jones says Bobby Dazzler. I can't believe we haven't seen it. Kirkez is suspended. Says James asking about Kirkez. Pep is corrupt, talks to the ref too much, says Lisa. Charlie, thank you very much for your super chat. I don't know whether Bournemouth have ran out of legs in the second half or credit to Man City. The quality's just come through, but Man City have been the better team second half. I can't remember Bournemouth having a bloody chance in the second half. Kepa should do better, though. Kepa should save that. You know what? We watch these games together a lot, and I'm noticing it more and more. The Premier League, with broadcasters, is becoming scripted. Like, we're being shown what they want us to see, and they're not showing us everything. And I don't remember football ever being like that. Football that I grew up with was good producers who show you what you're thinking. And look, obviously, I'm not saying ITV are being corrupt, but they've clearly got a producer that doesn't watch the game like the vast majority of a football fan, because your job as a producer is to go, right, can we show that again? He's just sat in a fucking room, or her. They're sat in a room and their job is, can we show that? I want that on the screen now. That's what a producer's job is. The replays you show, you're running the game. So you're meant to be showing what people want to see. And they failed again. And I see it happening more and more. I've seen it quite a few times this season. So is it corruption? I think that's a big statement, but I just can't believe we haven't been shown that. When all of Bournemouth players were appealing it, we don't know what they're appealing. Parker says there's lots of Man City fans in here who can't afford super chats. Yeah, well, they're not getting read out. I've just tagged ITV Sport on Twitter. Fuck 'em. No wonder you fell off. Alex says it's probably a producer who doesn't know anything about football. They see a goal and just play the highlight, completely oblivious to other factors. Well, again, that's what I'm sort of saying. It's like whoever's producing this hasn't got a bloody clue about football, have they? Because they don't know what people actually want. See, now the camera is showing the manager and a Bournemouth player taking his jumper off. And now they're showing the back of a Man City player who's not taking a throw-in. So that's like 15 seconds of production time. We could have had that replay in that time. You know what? It's irritating me. I actually do just want to see it. Just so I can say, yeah, it should have been a handball, or actually, no, it shouldn't. I don't even bloody care. It's not going to change the result, is it? I just want to see it. I just want to actually see what happened. I mean, surely everybody else does. Even Man City fans, you must want to see it, because it's not going to make any bloody difference now, is it? Right, substitutions are happening. Show us it now. Just show us now. Don't need to see players running off the pitch. Go, let's have a look at that incident. We pay a lot of money in this country for football, indirectly or directly. Look, in one way, let's give Man City a bit of credit. If they win this, at least they've still got something on the pitch to play for, because the only exciting thing they've got other than that is which way the 1-1-5 is going to go, isn't it? That's their real cup final. At least they've got something to distract them now. FA Cup semi-final. They've got nothing else going on, have they? Bournemouth have been crap second half, though. I feel like I need like a medallion here. Oh, they got the battle for top 5 as well. Who Man City got midweek? I'm not watching it. Boring. Boring team to watch. Who've they got? Wednesday. Leicester at home. Fucking hell. Why are Man City always playing Leicester or Ipswich? I'm sure if we check their fixtures, it's Leicester, Ipswich, Southampton. Leicester, Ipswich, Southampton. They're always playing somebody shit, aren't they, at home? For years, I remember that. Remember they always used to be playing. Remember when Wigan were in the Premier League? They seemed to play Wigan every week at the Etihad as well. I'm tempted to turn this off. I'm disgusted that we haven't seen that replay. I mean, it's not like it could have had a massive impact on the game, you know, the second goal at 1-1. Yeah, you know. I suspect the fact that they haven't shown us the replay is because Bernardo Silva handled the ball. You know, I'm just going to stick my neck out and say the reason they haven't shown it is because it obviously shouldn't have been a goal. And also, I know it'll wind Man City fans up, so I'm just going to say it. The reason they haven't shown us the replay is because it was a dodgy goal and they've messed up. If it wasn't a handball, they would have shown it. It's true. It is true. It's clearly the truth. As Icon says, there's absolutely no reason not to show it unless there's something going on there. Mate, it doesn't matter whether handball was accidental. What? Remember that goal? What was that goal? What was that goal that... Was it Newcastle scored? Where they let it go? Where it hit... Was it hit Anthony Gordon's hand or something and then they scored from it? Yeah, probably that's the justification for it again. Kluivert's been booked now. This ref's shit anyway. The ref may as well put a Man City shirt on. The amount of yellow cards he's given to Bournemouth players, and yet he could have sent Gundogan off in the first half for the worst tackle in the game. I don't think... Has he booked a Man City player other than Kushanov? Could have saved football today. Why do you think they haven't shown it, Mark? Look, I've played the game. I've been to Sky. I've done like radio stations. I know how it works with producers. 100% they'll have discussed it, and I don't know why they haven't shown it. It will have been discussed for the last 15 minutes. But I don't know. I don't know why they won't. It's a very, very strange one. It's either incompetence or something else, but it's very strange not to show it because they know everybody wants to see it. But we're obviously not going to see it, so we may as well shut up. City, look, beyond that though, Bournemouth have been terrible second half. You've got to give City credit. I know I don't want to, but they have been the better team. And even in the first half, really, penalty missed, one-on-one missed. Man City do deserve, across the 90 minutes, to be in front. But Michael Oliver on ITV editing duties today, says James. How many Man City players have been booked? Because, I think the referee's been a joke. So he's booked 2. Surely there's been more bookings than... No, what a surprise. I'll be stunned if Bournemouth can get an equaliser. You've got to whip that in quicker than that, mate. They just look tired, Bournemouth, don't they? Which is weird. We've had an international break. Why are you tired? James says, Michael Oliver on ITV editing duties today. And Clipper Boy says, grown men hating in the YouTube comment section is sad. I think most Man City fans are kids, though, aren't they? They're teenagers. They need to bloody grow up. You're not going to get a proper Man City fan in a That's Football live chat. They'd be intelligent enough not to tune in. But it'll be all the bloody ex-Chelsea fans. Give them a keyboard and they get dangerous. Oh, this could be a goal. Mamouche. It's back with the keeper. 10 minutes to go. Mate, if I'm winding up Man City fans when they're winning 2-1 in a game they deserve to be winning, if they're getting wound up by that, just wait what's going to happen in this bloody court case if they get found guilty. You've got bigger things to worry about than being gifted dodgy goals by crap refs. M. Parker says, I've never met a City fan old enough to have a credit card. That's why they can't do super chats. I said it yesterday about City, though. I mean, the thing I find really funny about City is they did a treble 2 years ago. Nobody ever talks about it. Man United did one 26 years ago. And everybody talks about it. Why is that? Why does nobody talk about City's treble? Genuine question. Genuine question. Anyone can answer it. Turned the game back 10 and he slipped with his left foot and that caused him to touch his right hand in the floor. So he was lying sideways when the ball hit him more than the other way. The ball hit his hand more than the other way. I'm neutral, says Howder. Look, Howder, if that's what happened, I would quote the Newcastle one, which never should have been a goal, where it hit the hand of... I can't remember whose hand it hit. Was it Joel Linton? You know, we were doing a watch-along for it. They're playing out from the back. Joel Linton, I think, runs in with his arm out, hits his hand, Newcastle score. And it never should have been a goal. And they said it was accidental, but it directed the ball for Newcastle to score. It's a stupid rule. And I would guarantee the same thing has happened again. Like, they need to do something about that rule, because if your hand changes the direction of the ball and someone scores from it, accidental shouldn't come into it. Should it, really? But I haven't seen this one, but it is a goal then, because we've already seen it before. Joel Linton did it. Should never have been given, but they class it as accidental. But if it directs the ball in an advantageous way, it shouldn't be a goal, should it? But another stupid rule in the Prem. In this, but I can't talk about this one. It would be unfair because I haven't seen it. 3 players you'd love to sign at Man United: Cunha, Frimpong, Gyökeres. We still need another 3, though. Keeper, centre-back, and midfielder. Shoot, Grealish. Bits of paper coming on. Yeah, it was against Spurs. Do I listen to Billy Idol? It's just deep state faith. No. Ponty says City are back in form. The Prem needs a competitive Man City. Yeah. Oh, for God's sake. What was that there, Semenyo? Come on. 5 minutes to go. Can Bournemouth create a chance in the second half, let alone get back into it? No, good cross, but they've both gone and got stuck underneath it. Yeah, I'm on the United stand at 8. And don't forget, tomorrow, Baller League. We're live here at 5 o'clock, all the way through till 10 o'clock in London. Make sure you subscribe, get involved. Billy Idol. Didn't he sing that one in the midnight hour? In the midnight hour, we want more. Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. Look, I'd fancy Man City to beat Forest, but we keep saying that about Forest and they keep defying logic, don't they? Maybe Villa, Man City final. Maybe Villa in the final. I think Villa could beat City, to be fair. I just wanted an FA Cup where we had 4 teams that haven't won it for 65 years. It would have been great. I don't want Man City to win it. They've won it loads. It'd be great to see somebody who hasn't won it win it. And if Man City had been knocked out, that's what would have happened. I would have wanted Arsenal to get knocked out today. Liverpool, Chelsea. I think it just would have been very exciting to have Forest, Palace, Villa and Bournemouth in the FA Cup semi-final and know that none of them have won it. It would just make it really exciting. But realistically, when are you ever going to not get one of the traditional top 6 in an FA Cup semi-final? Have you watched Gangs of London? Says Garfield. No. Who do you hate losing to the most, Liverpool, City or Arsenal? I think Man United losing to City doesn't really... I mean, look, I know it's a derby and it does hurt a little bit, but they've got no credibility, so I write that one off. Losing to Liverpool, they're our biggest rivals, so that's the worst. What's Kepa doing here? De Bruyne's in. He's got loads of space. 87 minutes. They won't add long on. Yeah, I don't want to keep going on about it, but people in the chat keep mentioning it. I find it absolutely stunning that there was a controversial issue in the lead up to the City winner that ITV have decided not to show at all in the preceding half an hour. It is strange, but we're told it's accidental. It probably was accidental, so why not show us it? I think the ref's been absolutely atrocious, Devils 58 Reds. I think he's been absolutely rubbish from the very start. But statistically, you can't argue with City winning. Look, they've had 15 shots to Bournemouth 5, 6 on shot target to 2, 64% possession, more corners. Man City have been the better team. You can't argue with that. There's not an injustice here. Like in the game flow, Man City have been better. I'm not going to lie about that. But do I think the ref's been bad? I think he's been shocking. That's a dive by Grealish. Never bloody touched him. come on. I mean, he's hardly touched him there. He's just buying a bit of time. Gamesmanship. Why Jide, maybe understand writing a sentence out before you do a super chat. I mean, you're obviously trying to have a pop, but I can't even read what your sentence means, so I think we'll just leave it there. You know, before you constructed it, read it back and try and make out some sense. Don't know what you're talking about. 7 minutes added on. Bournemouth haven't had a bloody chance in 45, though. Very, very disappointed. Cup of tea. This chair saved my life yesterday. Give it some credit. Oh, you can't beat a good cup of tea. There we go. This could be 3. Mamouche. Oh no, he's messed that up. Come on, Bournemouth. At least have a bloody chance here. No. Terrible. I wouldn't have a cup of coffee at 6 o'clock. Do anything nice for Mother's Day? Yeah, cooked a meal, Liam. And probably watch a film or something later. Do the 8 o'clock show. Glass of wine. Grealish, this should be it. 3-1. Keeper makes 2 good saves. Keeper makes a good save there. I mean, this is shocking from Bournemouth, really. You're at home. A chance to get into an FA Cup semi-final. You're 2-1 down, and yet it's Man City attack. I think they've really missed Kirkes and Huysen, though. Let's not forget. Are you seeing Oasis, says Darcy? Nah. I do like Oasis, but no. Yeah, I mean, look, Bournemouth missing their 2 best defenders. They haven't got replacements for them, really. Josh says Tavernier's missing as well. Yeah, look, Man City played well. They deserve the win. They're the better team, and I just think for Bournemouth, it's just been a bit. I said it before the game though. Bournemouth recently have dropped off a little bit. They've lost 4 of their last 6 Premier League games. Got Ipswich at home on Wednesday. I mean, look, Bournemouth now focus on the Prem. Win against Ipswich puts you back on the verge of Europe again. It's going to be difficult for them, though. Are you supporting a team in the Baller League, says Big Brain? Well, I've got me top behind me, United. I'll support United in Baller League until they give me a team, and then I'll completely change. But yeah, I'm getting into it. I know all the players. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. I think first week's always a bit like find your feet, but yeah, I'm ready for it now. Be a good watch along tomorrow. Tune in at 5. But thank God the FA Cup weekend's over. Get the Premier League back. I don't think the semi-finals is an exclusive weekend either, is it? Funny enough, one silver lining for Man United, and this is why I am the GOAT. If Bournemouth had got to the FA Cup semi-final, we wouldn't have been playing that weekend because we've got Bournemouth. So Man United will have a game that weekend now. So there is a silver lining. The weekend of the FA Cup semi-final, Man United are meant to be playing Bournemouth. So if Bournemouth had got through, we wouldn't have a game that weekend. and it'd have to get rearranged, and we don't want rearranged games because of the Europa League. So there is a positive for United there. I don't know who's playing that weekend. Let's have a look. April. Who's it going to impact? 26th. It's the weekend of the 26th. So Forest Brentford will get rearranged. Man City Villa. Well, they're both in the semi-final anyway, so that'll get rearranged. And Palace Arsenal. Arsenal, you're not playing that weekend then. Our unlucky Arsenal, weekend of the 26th, you're not playing because Palace will be playing in the FA Cup. Man United was scheduled to play Bournemouth on the Sunday, and we will be because they're about to go out. And then Man City Villa will get rearranged, and Forest Brentford will get rearranged. Breaking news. I'm going to end this stream in a minute when it finishes. I'm live on the United Stand at 8 o'clock. But I'm actually going to keep this on while I do some other stuff and see if they show. They'll surely show it after the match. They're going to surely show it then. I hope. What would your team's name be in the Baller League? TUSFC. There's a career mode based on it. If you know, you know. Or could call it Goldbridge Ball, but that's a bit narcissist and that's just not me. Kevin says, why does the setup look different? Don't tell him. Nothing's different, mate. It's always looked like this. I am at the Baller League tomorrow, yeah. We'll be live on here as well. I'm trying to get them to call it the Thunderdome. It has been a good watch-along. I think a watch-along is always based on controversy and big moments, and I think it has been. Fair play to Man City. They've deserved to win. I'm not saying it through gritted teeth. Look, they're open. Man City did deserve to win. I'm not going to not say that. I'm disappointed, but they did deserve to win. And Bournemouth were very disappointing in the second half. They just never came out, did they? Never. They didn't create a chance in the second half. Very, very strange. Yes, they missed Kirkes and Hulson, and I think that was a problem. But Man City could have won it 3 or 4-1. They just ran out of steam, and they will be big favourites in the in the semi-final now, won't they? And it will be boring if they win it, but you know that's where it is. I'm going to keep the CV on. Hopefully they'll show us a replay of the Bernardo Silva handball, which clearly was never shown, but was apparently accidental. We may see it, we may not. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm on the United Stand at 8 o'clock. Always love the Sunday night show, and tune in for that. Take care. FA Cup's done, and we're live tomorrow at 5 o'clock from London for the Baller League. So tune in for that. We'll be live from 5 till 10, whatever you can tune in for. I'll see you then. Take care. Stay safe, and I'm on the United Stand at 8 o'clock if you want to tune in for that. Stay safe, everyone. Speak to you all in a bit.